Welcome back to the Research Finance Education Series. This video will explain the relationship between the Unity Health Toronto Foundations, including St. Joseph's Health Centre Foundation, St. Michael's Hospital Foundation, and the Providence Healthcare Foundation. This video will also outline the management of foundation funds and process required to receive funds from the foundation and pay vendors from foundation funds. First, why is it important? Effective July 25, 2019, the network foundations require more specific reporting on how foundation dollars are spent. This allows each foundation to provide reporting to their donors on how funds were spent and the benefits our patients received. To help facilitate this reporting, research or trust activities will be created to manage each project or designated donation. A donation confirmation letter will be provided by the corresponding foundation detailing financial and non-financial reporting requirements, details of where the funds originate from, and other key details about the donation. Activity types. If the donation is for a research project, it will be managed through a research activity. If the donation is for a capital project, it will be managed through a capital activity. If the donation is for non-research and non-capital, it will be managed through a trust activity, i.e. for fellows, quality improvement, etc. A unique activity is needed if any of the below criteria are met. A foundation donation confirmation letter is present. Finance and non-financial reporting is required. There is a requirement to return funds if funds are not used within a time frame. The donor is identified. The funds are for a specific purpose or project. Unrestricted funds can be managed through a single foundation activity through the corresponding activity type. Please note, a financial dollar value threshold is not a criteria when determining if an activity is required to be created. The time duration of the project is also not a criteria when determining if an activity is required to be created. Party relationships. When receiving and utilizing foundation funds, it is important to understand the roles and capabilities of each party. We will go through each group to understand who these groups are and their capabilities. Vendors. Vendors may include SMHA, physician medical practice corporations, service providers, and other non-payroll individuals. Network foundations including St. Joseph's Health Centre, St. Michael's Hospital, and Providence Healthcare work closely with Unity Health Toronto. However, from a legal standpoint, they are seen as a separate legal entity and external to the network. Patients and families are the people we aim to help and only have access to the external website available to the public. These groups do not have access to financial systems, procurement, hiring systems, or have the ability to approve payments. Only staff internal to Unity Health Toronto have access and authorization and access to network information. Conversely, Unity Health Toronto staff do not have access to systems at the foundation or other external vendors such as SMHA, medical practice corporations, etc. Now that we have detailed the different groups, we can move into the roles and responsibilities of each group when processing financial requests. Setting up a foundation activity. In many instances, the foundation will release funds to Unity Health Toronto when the expenses have incurred. The foundation will generate a donation confirmation letter to confirm their commitment to fund your project. Upon receipt of this donation confirmation letter, Unity Finance will have a comfort level to pay vendors with the expectation the foundation will fund these expenses. The creation of a unique activity for each project will help ensure funds for specific projects are not used incorrectly and to ensure all funds have been received. Steps to create a foundation activity. The foundation and hospital department will seek to secure funds for the project. The foundation will send a donation confirmation letter to the hospital department. The hospital department will prepare the activity creation form and attach the donation confirmation letter. The hospital department will send the package to finance. Finance will review and create the activity. Once created, finance will communicate to the hospital department the activity number. Paying your vendors. Once your project is operational, you will begin to incur expenses. It is important to remember that often organizations who serve Unity Health Toronto may have familiar names in their business name. It is important to keep in mind that these businesses, partnerships, and not-for-profit organizations will not have access to Unity Health Toronto systems, banking systems, and authority to pay invoices. The following are steps to pay your vendor invoices. Step 1. The external vendor will send an invoice to the hospital department. The hospital department will review and prepare the payment package and seek approval. Once ready, the hospital department will submit the request to Unity Finance. Unity Finance will review and, if appropriate, send to Unity Accounts Payable for payment. Receiving money from the foundation. It is important to note that Unity Health Toronto foundations can only make payments to Unity Health Toronto. This means to pay your vendors, you must submit your request to Unity Finance. The corresponding Unity Foundation will transfer the corresponding funds to balance your project activity. From the presented diagram, Unity Finance will review the expenses incurred from each foundation-funded project. On a monthly basis, Unity Finance will submit a report for expense recoupment to the foundation, detailing the type of expense incurred, the dollar value, and the activity which incurred the expense. In the following month, the funds will be received. It is important for the hospital department to review their activity balances regularly to ensure spending is in line with the foundation's commitment. If you have any questions about this presentation, please contact your research financial analyst, trust accountant, or researchfinance@smh.ca. Thanks for watching.